Tim Walz labeled Tampon Tim by infuriated Republican after forcing schools to stock feminine products in boys' bathrooms.
Bad week to be named Tim, I guess.
I guess. It's fine, though. I'm just going to go by Daniel from now on. It's my middle name, so this is Daniel Cast.
Just wait out this storm
Dancast.
for a little bit.
Wait out the storm. Tim's not a good name to have. Tim Walz, you're ruining it for me.
Do we have tampons in our bathroom here?
No.
Oh, well, that's not very good.
Oh,
news
wait,
for
yeah,
the
we do.
trans. Oh, well, I guess we're...
Don't we?
I'll check later. Come to the members only show. I'll let you know.
You're the only one who should know.
I'm pretty sure this is an office. We've got mouthwash. We've got like
used to
hair
have,
trimming
I
stuff.
think there was
We've got-
makeup.
We used to keep like
we do.
hairspray on stuff for like if a guest was.
I'm pretty sure.
asking for it.
Accommodating?
I'm pretty sure we have literally everything you would need, like makeup and all that stuff. Actually, we don't have makeup here right now. We did at the other studio. This studio had like everything you could possibly need. Change of clothes.
Shower
shirt,
downstairs.
Shower downstairs. Yeah, because we're doing a show.
Tim's very accommodating to all of his guests, everybody.
Well, I mean, it's just standard studio stuff. You know, we've had instances where people have like needed a white shirt or something. You know what I mean? Like someone spills barbecue sauce or whatever. What do? You know, you gotta wear barbecue sauce on the show. Anyway.
I might start calling you Tampon Tim.
I don't know what you're asking. I'm Daniel. This is Dancast. The Democrat was announced as the VP. We know. Being a white military veteran from the Midwest broadens Harris's appeal. I've heard people calling him Tampon Tim because why use a progressive individual that wanted to put tampons in boys' locker rooms in the school as governor? Florida Republican Rep. Brian Mass said of Harris's VP pick picks gender policies. The name Tampon Tim has since been used throughout conservative circles to describe the governor picked to pad Harris's presidential prospects. While I do think it's absolutely hilarious to call the men this, I think it is horrifyingly ineffective. Someone else made the point, I can't remember who was on Twitter. They said, all this will do is when a normie asks a Democrat, why are they calling him Tampon Tim? The Democrat's going to say, because he wanted to fund feminine hygiene products in schools. And they're going to go, really? That's why Republicans are mad?
The issue is he put it in the boys' rooms.
But that's
too.
never...
We're never going to
Never.
talk about that.
Yeah.
No, we're never going
Just
to
like
talk
with-
about it. It needs to be called transgender Tim.
No,
Right?
I disagree.
No?
I disagree.
What do you...
like wreck the economy waltz or something. Like I mean, honestly, Donald Trump knows it better when he just said like low energy or Lil Marco.
Yeah.
In that vein, I'd say wide mouth Waltz has got a big mouth. He talks like this. He's a weird guy. Make fun of his appearance, mock him for being kooky and weird. That seems to work at the lowest common denominator. But Tampon Tim, just like with the school books, we ask ourselves this every day. Why is it that we have shown these books time and time again where they claim it's sex ed for kids and it's just normal stuff and it's graphic porn and weird degenerate stuff, and still, to this day, the Democrat lie persists.
True.
Because it's been effective for them, and we haven't cut through the mold enough. Now, certainly a lot of people have been informed of the books in these schools. And they say you're trying to ban books. Still on stage, what do you get? You get Walt saying they want to ban books. No one wants to ban books. They want to ban porn, but they're lying. So calling him Tampon Tim or Trans Tim or whatever is not going to do anything. You got to take it from the Trump playbook and call him like Wacky Waltz.
Yeah.
I think
Wacky Waltz got a big wide mouth and he lies all the time.
Well, Trump will coin the name soon, and we'll see what it is. And Trump's not going to use Tampon
Trump
Tim.
should
What do
just
you
call
do?
him Timmy. Because I feel like grown men, like you might
Yeah,
call a kid
yeah.
Timmy, but you don't call grown
Tiny
men
Tim.
Timmy.
Tiny
No,
Tim.
Timmy-
just
Timmy is good.
And then it
Timmy
feels
Waltz,
kind of
they
like
call him.
he's not a serious person. It's kind of emasculating. Like if you're an adult man who goes by Timmy, that's totally fine. I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
And then just-
Timmy is the right
Be like-
way to go.
And then be like, Timmy watched his city burn. Timmy couldn't decide
Little
if
Timmy.
he should. He didn't have a leadership. He was too scared.
Ooh, how about Weasel Waltz?
Ooh, maybe.
That's a
liar.
good one. Weasel Waltz. is
Weasel
good.
Waltz lied about his service, claiming that he was in combat when he wasn't because he's a weasel. That's what they call him.
Yeah.
But Timmy works too because Tommy is fine. Like you're not going to call a grown man by usually these. What are they called when you like someone's name is?
Nicknames.
Diminutive.
Well, yeah, like diminutive. No, it's not really it's kind of a nickname, but
Yeah.
like someone's name is Richard, you call him Rick. But there's a you can call anybody Rick, but you don't call him Ricky.
That's
Like
true.
some people, some people can keep it up a Ricky into
there are just
older
certain
age,
like
but-
versions of these names that I think of as being for like children versus
Yes.
like
Right.
like your family might have called you Timmy when you were like 4, but at a
Not when
certain
I was
point-
7.
You know what I mean? Like you transitioned out of it, you became Tim. Same things. Like I think
That's right. I transitioned to Tim.
you transitioned into a more you evolved into a more masculine form. But I think this is the thing. Like this is a man
Waltz.
who is now claiming to have or implying that he has maybe seen combat. He hasn't. Like it to me is seeming very kind of immature.
I actually like that a lot. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Timmy too.
Little Timmy Waltz. He was scared
There's
during the
just so
riots, so he
much.
hid.
There's just so much. The sad part is, in 1 week, nobody's going to talk about this guy. It's going to be back to Kamala.
I don't think so.
You think he's going to remain a focus?
One of the benefits to choosing Kamala Harris as a VP candidate, and one of the risks, is that she has no SEO. So when you're crafting YouTube videos or tweets or Facebook posts, you need to consider, if you're doing any kind of social media marketing, the volume attached to someone's name.
Yeah.
This is why you'll notice this, there are a lot of obsessed people on the left who make videos about me all day, every day. It's because Tim Pool and Timcast have massive search volume. So if you go on YouTube and you're like, I want to get 100,000 views, make a video about Tim Pool and people are going to watch it because they love to talk about me. Kamala Harris has none. Her search volume, so we use these metrics that track by a percentile. I think her search volume is like high 40s.
Wow.
Whereas mine is like 72. So I have a higher a higher SEO. It doesn't necessarily mean more people are talking about me, like there's more instances of Timcast. In this instance, I think it does. But let me clarify that. Kamala Harris has been in the news quite a bit, but she's never been the centerpiece. So while there's a lot of articles and a lot of social media posts about her, social media commentary was almost always about Joe Biden, and she was an afterthought. They'd mock her, but they'd never use her in the titles, in the descriptions, because her name never had strong pull. I do think it's fair to say that only because I've been doing a show for a decade that there's going to be more instances of my name on social media, specifically where people are insulting, attacking me, creating a lot of drama and arguments, and Kamala was more in the corporate press. That may be why. But all I can say is, if you make a video using Kamala Harris in the title, you get 0 views. There is no SEO attached to it. I think the strategy there is make it very difficult for anyone to generate any kind of, like, I got to tell you, you try to make a video and you're like, Kamala Harris is the VP, and like YouTube will not recommend it. It will not get easily found in search, because the way the algorithms work is when someone, if someone searches for a name and the percentage by which people click on it is high, then YouTube's or Google or whatever is going to keep recommending that higher and higher and higher. Kamala Harris has a low SEO score. Now, I wonder, because we got another story we'll pull up in a little bit about how they're trying to hire people like Kai Cenat and FaZe, I think his name is, to do these streams with Kamala because of the Aiden Ross thing. They're trying to generate more SEO. I wonder if this is their strategy. This is their version of the basement campaign. Everybody knows Kamala Harris. We know her name. But it doesn't play well on social media because no one really cares about her. She's a bleh. She's an afterthought. Biden had history for a long time. She's got nothing behind her.
It is true.
She's got no policy. She's got no plans. And so it's hard to actually go after her. Social media personalities, I guarantee, especially on the left, are going to be saying to themselves, if I make a video about her, no one's going to want to click on it.
Yeah. But I actually think the mainstream press is getting kind of frustrated with her because she doesn't have any policies. She's also refusing to do interviews. I was watching an NBC morning show, and they were specifically saying, they're like, oh, yes, and she did a good job, and, you know, whatever. They're doing typical talking points. They're praising Walz and Harris for the rally, but then they're like, well, she's really only answered one press question since her campaign began. And I think that, you know, the lack of personality and just delving into sort of identity attacks on Trump and Vance is starting to sort of peter out. I mean, if you looked at Vance just showing up at her airplane today, that was so funny. She could never pull off that kind of organic online engagement where you get this funny photo op of him, like, you know, walking out. It's not the same.
She's a robotic person. She has no personality. She's extremely bland. She's brain dead, but she's stupid enough to know that she's stupid because she will not go talk to the press because she'll get obliterated. She can't answer a question. She couldn't even sit in this room and have a conversation with people. She is just dumb, but not dumb enough to not realize she's dumb. There's two different types.
What if she's like insanely smart?
I think it's a great campaign strategy.
That would be hard to believe.
She should try her hardest to avoid getting nailed down on any policy positions. Her campaign
She didn't try very hard before.
It's just
set me up for that.
It's strictly vibes, and she's running as a black female. That's it.
Even though she's not.
A black woman.
Even though she's not.
And then the implications that supposedly come with that. Abortion is a huge issue for Democrats, especially coming on the heels of the Dobbs decision. So that is really the face.
Really on the heels, though, right?
It's
That's
still
like
on the
2 years old.
historical heels of the Dobbs decision.
She was the abortion lady.
Is probably the #1 issue mobilizing Democrats.
Yes.
And now having a woman at the forefront, a black woman nonetheless, people who have the most abortions, is what it's all about. Vibes. She doesn't want to get nailed down to.
Well, and then she can't be accused.
policy.
If she were to win, she can't be accused of not fulfilling her promises. She
No.
didn't promise you anything.
But ever since the Dobbs decision, she toured the country for 2 years going to abortion clinics. This is where she went Walz, like you said.
where she met Walz.
All she did was talk about abortion, abortion, abortion. That's the only policy anyone even
it's
knows.
a great strategy for Democrats. Though.
Well,
It's
is.
kind of wild that like the Democratic Party has this large contingent of women terrified to have babies and men who just want to bang around and not be dads.
Yeah.
Like that's their voting block.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all fear mongering, right?
Yes.
And so this becomes one of the key
Well,
ways.
but
Abortions
no,
are
no.
like.
I don't agree that it's fear mongering. I'm saying like there's a bunch of guys who are like, I just want to bang a chick and not be a dad, and then there's a bunch of women like, yeah, I'd like to also, do dudes and then not be a mom.
Fear of responsibility, right?
Yeah.
That there would be consequences to the lifestyle that you live and you have to accept them. Like,
Yeah.
to me, abortion is a very difficult issue to handle in America because we don't have a clear consensus on it. We don't have a clear cultural position on it. And it's evolved a lot, especially as, we get more information about science, about, embryo development, whatever. And so it's very easy to be weaponized as an emotional issue for people who are saying, like, they're trying to lock you up and keep you in the kitchen. And men, you'll get stuck with any girl that you sleep with and have an accidental pregnancy. Like, they make this to be part of this, like, this is the only way to keep up the lifestyle you have, even though this lifestyle is not actually making
It's
you
not an issue they want to permanently solve, because if it were to be permanently solved, then they
run
wouldn't
on
be
it.
able to campaign on it
Exactly.
and raise money on it. Also, we love talking about campaign finance, but the biggest PACs in the country raising the most money are all abortion groups. It's NARAL, it's Emily's List, it's Planned Parenthood.
Yes.
They're making major moves, but nobody cares.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.